Here's how these athletes fly 500 plus miles, 800 kilometers, with no food, almost no water, no Google Maps, and still make it home. In minutes, you'll see the survival formula: biology, smart training, high energy feeding, weather, and an unstoppable homing drive. The basket with pigeons opens, wings flap hard, and within seconds the sky is filled with pigeons racing toward the horizon. To most people, it might just look like pigeons flying away. But for fanciers, this is the beginning of one of the toughest endurance tests in the entire animal kingdom. Long-distance racing is not only about speed and who gets home first. It is about survival. Think about it. A pigeon may fly more than 500 miles, 800 kilometers in one race. No food, nearly no water, no Google Maps. Just instinct, memory, and an insane drive to get home. Every wing beat burns through energy and drains strength. A sudden storm and lightning, heavy headwinds, or the scorching heat of the sun can break even the strongest pigeon. Some make it back to their lofts and are celebrated as champions. Others never return at all. So what keeps these pigeons alive when so many things are stacked against them? How do they survive such punishing journeys across mountains, seas, and endless fields? And why do some succeed where others fail? The answers lie in a mix of natural biology, clever training, powerful nutrition, and a few secrets fanciers guard closely. When a pigeon takes off on a long-distance race, its body is pushed to the absolute limit. Every single muscle in its wings and chest is working non-stop. A pigeon flaps its wings up to 10 times per second, adding up to millions of wing beats over the course of a single marathon flight. That would be insane for any creature, but pigeons are built for it. Their hearts beat more than 600 times a minute in flight, pumping oxygen through their bodies. Their lungs are insanely efficient, pulling in fresh air on both the inhale and the exhale. Even with this, the demands are so high that pigeons burn through their fuel at an alarming rate. They need the perfect balance of muscle and fat to survive. Too heavy, and they tire early. Too lean, and they run out of reserves before the finish line. On top of this, dehydration is a major danger. The sun pulls moisture out of their bodies as they fly, and with nearly no food or drink, the pigeons live on the reserves they built before release. If a race drags into extreme heat, survival becomes more a matter of endurance than speed. Survival is not just about strength. A pigeon also needs to know where it's going. Long-distance races often cover hundreds of miles over landscapes the pigeon has never seen. Yet pigeons have insane navigation skills. They can sense the Earth's magnetic fields, giving them a built-in compass. They use the position of the sun as a natural clock and a map. They memorize landmarks during training tosses and build a mental map of rivers, towns, and hills. Even crazier, scientists have found that pigeons actually use smell to find their way. They pick up odors carried on the wind and use these like invisible signposts. They even have a kind of built-in compass that lets them sense Earth's magnetic field, so they can hold their course even when the world below is a blur. That hidden compass helps them keep direction when clouds hide the land from view. So pigeons don't just look, they feel their way home, even when they are far from home and out of sight of familiar landmarks. Despite all these tools, navigation is never guaranteed. A sudden storm can blow a flock completely off course. Heavy rain or fog hides landmarks. Electromagnetic signals from cities may confuse their inner compass. When that happens, pigeons can be missing for days or weeks. Some return thin and battered, while others disappear forever. Behind every pigeon that survives a long-distance race stands a pigeon coach, a fancier, who has trained the pigeon for months. No pigeon can simply be tossed into a 500-mile, 800-kilometer race and be expected to survive. Training starts with short flights around the loft, then progresses to tosses just a few miles away. Step by step, the distance is increased. This builds muscle, stamina, and perhaps most importantly, confidence. Loft flying sharpens their homing instinct. Road training teaches them to orient quickly from new locations. Shorter races build race day experience. By the time a pigeon faces a marathon, its body and mind are conditioned for the insane demands of long-distance flight. But overtraining can be just as dangerous as undertraining. A pigeon that is too tired before the race will not last. Smart fanciers know when to rest their pigeons, letting muscles recover and energy stores rebuild. Survival is a balance of work and recovery. If training shapes the body, then diet fuels it. Pigeon fanciers know that special nutrition is one of the biggest secrets behind survival in short and long-distance races. Before short races, pigeons are fed grains high in carbohydrates for quick energy. But before long races, the diet shifts towards fat-rich seeds such as sunflower kernels, rapeseed, and also peanuts and safflower. Fat provides more than twice the energy of carbohydrates, giving pigeons a steady fuel supply that lasts mile after mile. Feeding is timed carefully. Too much food before basketing makes pigeons heavy and slow. Too little leaves them weak and empty. Minerals, vitamins, and grit are added to strengthen bones, blood, and digestion. Water is also crucial. Pigeons must go into and leave the basket fully hydrated, because once they are released, they have little chance to drink. This balance of food and water can be the difference between a pigeon that powers home and one that collapses mid-journey. Every fancier knows the weather can make or break a race. A strong tailwind can blow pigeons home in record times. A fierce headwind can grind them down. Heat waves cause dehydration. Cold winds steal body warmth. Storms scatter flocks, separating even experienced pigeons from their group. One of the most striking aspects of the sport is that once the basket opens, pigeons are completely on their own. There are no breaks, no shelters, no safety nets. Survival depends on how well the pigeon can handle whatever nature throws at it. Even with strong bodies, smart training, and perfect diets, there is one more ingredient that decides survival: the pigeon's overwhelming natural drive to return home. This homing drive is what makes competitive sport possible. A pigeon that is tired, hungry, or lost still pushes forward because its instinct demands it. Fanciers often boost this drive with motivation systems. Some send hens, female pigeons, sitting on eggs, but the smartest coaches send them when they have baby youngsters in the nest, 5 to 6 days old. Other coaches send their cocks, male pigeons, eager to return to their lovey mates because they have been separated. This is a system known as widowhood. The desire to return to the nest can make a pigeon endure pain, fatigue, and danger that would stop other animals. Survival does not end the moment the pigeon lands in its loft. After a long-distance flight, the pigeon is exhausted, dehydrated, and in urgent need of recovery. Fanciers immediately provide water, electrolytes, and energy-rich feed. Rest is just as important. A pigeon that is pushed back into training too soon will damage its muscles as well as its morale. Recovery is not only physical. A pigeon that returns home safely also strengthens its memory and confidence, making it even more prepared for the next race. Each journey builds experience, which can be the deciding factor between life and loss in the future. Pigeon racing is filled with insane stories of survival. Pigeons that return after days of rough weather, covered in mud, sometimes even oil, and thin as paper, but still alive. Pigeons that get blown hundreds of miles off course and are found weeks later, still trying to make their way home. Some of the craziest tales are of pigeons that vanish for months and suddenly reappear at the loft as if nothing happened. But there are also stories of loss, expensive champion pigeons that never return, entire races where thousands of pigeons disappear due to bad weather or are likely attacked by birds of prey, such as hawks and falcons that knock them out of the sky. These moments remind every fancier that long-distance racing is as dangerous as it is thrilling. Survival is never guaranteed. Long-distance pigeon racing is not just a sport. It is a test of survival. Every race asks insane demands of the pigeon's body, mind, and spirit. Training, nutrition, and careful preparation give them the tools, but in the end, it is their natural instinct and insane determination that bring them home. When you watch a pigeon return after flying hundreds of miles, thin but alive, you are looking at one of the toughest athletes on Earth. It is a reminder that survival is not about luck. It is about preparation, resilience, and the insane will to never give up.